Well, is there a cure for jet lag? Well, some researchers believe melatonin is a useful drug in the prevention and treatment of the ailment. Dr. Norman Swan from the Health Report takes us through some ways to reduce jet lag and reset your body clock.
We have a master clock in our body, which is in our brain, near where the wires that come from the nerves that come from our eyes go to the back of the brain. So they're very light sensitive. So it's sensitive to day and night. And that clock sends signals to the rest of the body. So our whole body, in every cell in our body's got its own clock, and that clock is partly governed, these clocks are partly governed by what comes from the brain. So the day-night cycle is critical to that. And if our day-night cycle goes wrong, it's not just our brain that goes awry in our sleep, it's just almost every metabolic function in our body goes off a bit. It's not going to kill you, but it just goes off a bit. And you want to get that back in order. So you feel awful, your appetite's not quite right. You just feel jangled with jet lag. Some people don't get bothered by it at all. So the aim here is to reset that central clock according to the time zone you're in.
So a lot of people use melatonin to reset that clock. Is that right?
Some people do.
Yeah.
I personally don't, but some people do. Yeah.
And why do they do that, and are they using it correctly? Is it worth doing?
So melatonin is released by this gland in the brain, which is part of this complex network of nerves which control the body clock system. And melatonin rises at night and is one of the hormones that gets us off to sleep. In fact, the main hormone that gets us off to sleep. So people have assumed that with jet lag, what you need to do is take it when you want to go to sleep at your destination. Now, it may help you go to sleep, but it could really screw up your body clock. So it's not doing anything for your jet lag taking at that time.
Oh, it's just a short-term fix. So
it's just a fix for sleeping, but you can use it to help reset your body clock if you choose to do so. And then it's got to be timed according to where you're traveling.
Right.
So here it is. So it's timed according to, so one of the body clocks that you've got is your body temperature. So your body temperature goes down to its lowest form at about 4 o'clock in the morning, which is why you're pulling the doona up around about 4 in the morning and shivering, because that's when you feel you're at your coldest. So that's your body temperature minimum. So you orient it around that. So if you are going west, so you're heading towards Paris, London, you should be so lucky, you would take melatonin 4 hours after your body minimum temperature. So that's round about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. That's when you take your melatonin. If you're traveling east, so you're coming back from your lovely trip to Europe, coming back to Australia, then you take it about 12 hours before your body clock minimum. So
local time, wherever you've landed.
Wherever you've landed.
Right.
So that's 4 in the afternoon. And that's where you take your melatonin. And that's been shown to help reset your body clock, rather than just getting off to sleep when you go to think.
Well, someone who's been trying to reset their biological clock, if you like, is this guy, Bryan Johnson. He's the leader of this Don't Die movement. He's one of the first biohackers. What's he doing? Is it working?
Well, he says it's working. He reckons that he's biologically much younger than his chronological age. He's doing so much, and it takes up so much of his life, that my view is that even if he doesn't live longer, he'll certainly feel as if he's lived longer. He gets up at 5 in the morning. He's got a set routine for every day. He doesn't eat after 11 o'clock in the morning. He takes lots of supplements. He takes drugs. He takes tadalafil, which is a drug for erectile dysfunction, but he thinks it has other effects on the body. By the way, if you've got any children watching, just cover their ears. He measures one of the effects of his body working well as how long he has an erection during the night. I mean, this guy is off the wall to some extent. He has done plasma infusions from his son. And he takes drugs like for blood pressure that he doesn't really need. It's a whole lot of stuff. Apparently he spends about $2 million a year on this. And there are measures of your body, your biological aging, which are getting to be quite reliable. For example, there's been a study in New Zealand of people from young ages through to middle age now, and they've also taken they've also looked at their genes and what's called epigenetic effects, change in shapes of their genes. And so they know what changes in this group of people in Dunedin according to their age, and they've measured that against their genetic changes. And from that, they've got quite a reasonable body clock. So according to that, he is younger. But the question is, what in all these things that he's doing is making a difference?
Hard to tell because there's so many, right?
Well, if you had to bet on it, it's his exercise regime, it's not eating too much during the day, and it's the stuff we already know. Yeah. The thing that he's missing out on is, I suspect, he's not seeing too many people during the day and socialising, which is...
Because he's so busy trying to keep young.
Yeah.
I'll just stick to the cold plunges and the good diet, I think.
I think so too.
Norman Swan, thank you.
You're welcome.